Remember Pantai Duyung? That little part of Sanur beach that had all of those warungs on it, and they all got torn down at the start of this year? Well, I've got a bit of an update for you. So this is Pantai Duyung today. You remember that this was the decking of the Coco Bistro, and this had all the glass along there. All that glass is gone now. I'm not sure what happened to it, whether it's fallen into the ocean. I don't think so, or whether it's been acquired by someone for their new house. I don't know, but most of it's gone. There's some of it's fallen off, and I'm sure some of it broke, and there's little bits around here. I don't know what happened to it, but that tin is still there. So you remember a lot of the restaurants were all along here, and on the 1st of January this year, they were all of a sudden closed, and people lost their jobs, their livelihoods, their businesses. And this was as a result of the government coming along and saying, you can't use this anymore because it's private land. That's the way I was told about it. Private land, and these businesses were not allowed to operate on that private land anymore. And apparently someone very powerful in Indonesia owns the land, and they exercise their right to turf people off it. That's what I heard. Now, over the ensuing almost 1 year since that happened, there's been absolutely no progress there. So they demolished all the buildings, put up the tin, and that was it. There was nothing. And I thought, well, that's a bit sad. At the time, I was actually told through some back channels, someone contacted me personally and told me what was going on. And they said, you know what, that's going to be a park one day. And that sort of contradicted what all the forums were saying. People on Facebook are saying, no, it's going to be a beach club. And I actually put that video out, and there was a bit of a pushback from a lot of the local crowd. I'm not talking about Indonesians, I'm talking about the foreigner local crowd, saying no, it's going to be a beach club, this is private land, and you can't have a park there. The government can't make a park there because it's private land. Well, I've just been down here again, and there's work going on behind this fence now. There's an excavator in there, and they're digging, and they're making a wall, and they're doing some stuff. And I thought, well, what is going on? So I went inside and asked someone, what are you doing? And the guy told me, we are making the footpath wider. And I thought that was pretty interesting, making the footpath wider. I said, what else are you doing over here? He goes, oh, we're making a park as well. And he said that this footpath, all the way down here, which looks absolutely awful right now, is going to be beautified with a park on that side and the footpath being widened. Now, at the time when I was told this information through those back channels, the guy actually said to me they're going to put little warungs and stuff in the park as well. I don't know how that's going to work, but if that's still the case, and I'm not sure that it is the case, well, that's going to be really interesting. Now let's have a look through here. You've got a little hole here. Let's have a look through. Yeah? You can see there's some work happening there. There's a guy building a wall, and then it looks like they're going to build that park. Now, this is only based on what I've been told by the workers directly, but I mean, that's a pretty good source, isn't it? They're going to widen the path and put a park in, hopefully get some warungs down there. Now, the good thing about this part of the beach is that it's really close to a few key hotels and close to the southern roundabout in Sanur. I'll put a little map up there so you know what I'm talking about. Really good location, and as you come along here on your morning walk or what have you, it's just a really nice spot to stop and have a drink. So a lot of people used to stop in at the warungs down here, like Lila Pantai, yeah, stop at Lila Pantai, have a little bit of a coffee and a pastry, or maybe a bigger breakfast than that. Just a beautiful, beautiful location. A lot of people said, I'm never going to Sanur again because those warungs aren't there. Well, if they're doing all this work at the moment and beautifying it, putting a bit of a park in there, maybe some warungs again, maybe not as big as they used to be, but some warungs, that's good, isn't it? Like, you'd come back to Sanur if that was all beautified, and really just beautified this particular part of the beachfront park. I mean, that's what we want, isn't it? Because that was a bit of an eyesore for so long. My favourite eatery along that stretch was always Lila Pantai. I loved that place, absolutely loved it. It was a beautiful place, and I know a lot of other people loved it as well. Outlook was perfect, the food just brilliant. Fantastic staff as well. What I've noticed is that the area where I was told that the new Lila Pantai is going to be has had construction starting on it recently, and they've actually made pretty good progress. They've actually got a building on the vacant block of land where the new Lila Pantai is supposed to be. Now, I believe that it is still going to be Lila Pantai. That's my belief. And now that location is down near the Prama, next door to Bobby's. If you know Bobby's, this new Lila Pantai is going to be there. Now, of course, things change. So I was told that some months ago, and in the ensuing like 6 months, things might change and they might have a different concept or whatever. But as of now, that's the latest information that I have. That cafe is starting to get, you know, pretty advanced in its building phase. And once they've got that building done, which is not far away, they'll do all the interior. That should be pretty quick. A bit of a paint job, get some furniture in there, which I'm sure they'll just bring from their old Lila Pantai. It'll be ready to roll. So there's actually some really good progress happening here in the southern end of the beachfront path here in Sanur. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all turns out. Of course, I will provide you updates when there's more concrete evidence of what's going on, maybe a bit of grass on the ground instead of a big pile of mud. But when that park's done, definitely I'll show you how that's going. If Lila Pantai opens, I'll definitely go down there, have a coffee croissant and show you what it's like, see what the new location feels like, whether it's got the same feel as the previous place. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe if you're interested. Thanks for watching today and thanks for coming along for the ride. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.